ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Edward Verlander's daughter, Sharon, granddaughter, Sarah, and two great-grandchildren to Kyle Field, as they're presented with his Aggie ring lost more than 75 years ago.
My uncle found this ring in the Jobela village where I am from several decades ago. My uncle kept this ring for more than 20 years, and then he gave it to me. And then I kept the ring for almost 2 years. I also told my uncle to not give or sell the ring to the wrong person, and he should give it to the rightful owner. At that time, I thought, if my dad was in the army and someone returned something he had lost, I would feel very thankful.
I never heard of Morotai before. You know, I see the map, I see this may be interesting in Morotai. Let's see what they got.
Popular YouTuber Ricky Santoso set out to travel around his home country of Indonesia and vlog every step of the way. As if by fate, Ricky's journey brought him to the doorstep of a private World War II museum owned by Mula Sesso.
First time we're gonna go to explore about Morotai is like going to the beach, going to the waterfall, and that day we go into the jungle. Where is the museum? And then I see like small house. It's not a museum. I say this is like people local house. Mr. Muklis just like welcome me really nice with big smile. Welcome to my museum. Let's go. Let's check.
As Molas explained the significance of Morotai and showed Ricky his impressive collection of World War II artifacts, a mysterious gold ring caught Ricky's eye.
And then I see the ring. Mr. Muklis wear a ring, and I knew it is not an Indonesian ring because it's so different, so big. So after the interview, he just like, do you know about this ring? And then, oh, finally. And I see it, and wow, it's so cool, but I don't know about this ring. And then I really see it, there's a name, A.V. Verlander in the backside, so oh, maybe this have a clue. So I take an Instagram story, I take it, but I never thought it's gonna be somebody knew about this ring. I just like, okay, let's try it, you know. He asked me to help him, so I do it.
On the other side of Indonesia, Aggie dad, Rudy Sutio, sees Ricky's Instagram story and recognizes the Aggie ring. On a phone call with his daughter and current Aggie student, Eugenie Sutio, Rudy mentions he saw Mr. Verlander's ring.
At the end of our conversation, I remember that I just saw an Aggie ring, and that Aggie ring is from 1943. And you know, they found that ring in Morotai.
I called my boss. I said, you cannot believe what my dad just found. He saw an Aggie ring from an Instagram story of a YouTuber called Ricky. I remember at that time how exciting it was being a part of this because I knew it would be a big story.
And then one people say, I knew that ring is from Texas A&M Universitas. He said that. But and then I see they have a A&M, I see. And then he keep telling about the story, and then the story is like, yeah, maybe this guy is right.
Not long after the initial exchange, the family of Edward Verlander was located, and plans were set in motion to bring this long-lost Aggie ring home to its family.
It's hard for us to communicate, especially through the internet. America and Indonesia are very far away. Even with only a video post, Ricky was able to connect us. And that makes me feel very thankful and happy. Thank you so much, Ricky. Thank you. Thank you.
While Eugenie was home in Indonesia visiting family, her father gave her the ring so it could begin the final stage of its journey.
This story is very important to me because it's a coincidence how an Aggie ring can be found in Indonesia. Out of anywhere else, it's in Indonesia. And I'm from Indonesia. I work in Texas A&M, marketing communications. Just thinking about telling the stories through us, through me, through my dad, through Ricky, is amazing.
Over 75 years after Edward Verlander originally lost his Aggie ring, his descendants made their way to Aggieland to reunite with this memento from their family's past. Before passing on the ring, Moelis recorded a heartfelt message for the Verlander family.
Please, keep it safe. Send my message to the Verlander family. I have finished my duty. But please, when it gets into your hands, please keep it safe. This ring is something that I treasure the most. I have been trying very hard to keep it safe, and I desperately want to give it back to its rightful owner. I can't bear myself to keep this ring. I don't have the right to keep it. I don't have the right to keep it because it has its owner. I'm like you and you're like me. Please take this.
It's really hard for me to believe somebody in that situation would hold that ring in such value, that he didn't know that person. It doesn't mean anything to him other than this person's family out there possibly wanting this personal object that is sacrificed, because I know that the resources they have are limited. I think my papa would think this is the most amazing story ever. I think he would think it was really cool, really neat. You know, if there's a heaven out there, he is having the best time watching this situation. His great-granddaughters are here today, his daughter's here today, to come out here and celebrate this event. I think he'd think this is amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Edward Verlander's daughter, Sharon, granddaughter, Sarah, and 2 great-grandchildren to Kyle Field, as they're presented with his Aggie ring lost more than 75 years ago.
I think this means more to our family than he may ever know. More than we could probably even tell you today. And that I hope that he and his family are doing well, and we wish nothing but the best for them. And if there's anything that we can ever do to return the favor, I would certainly do it in a heartbeat.